She's totally fine. But someone's missing from the title screen, isn't she? This is Spooktober. Did you really think I was gonna play a game that wasn't spooky? This one took quite the build-up, though. Honestly, it wouldn't have taken me even close to this long. But, you know, I had to narrate everything, so this took a lot longer. It would have taken me like half of that to actually read it and just click through it myself, but you know, I had to narrate it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. A little broken. We're a little broken now. Hi, Ant-Man. You missed the dramatic reveal. I see an annoying girl walking toward me from a distant wave, like she's oblivious to anything that might draw herself to me. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know what kind of friend you see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other so long. It's going. it's wow, shit's happening, isn't it? Yeah, honestly, I didn't expect it to take this long for me to narrate to this point, but, you know... These things happen sometimes. Okay, let me turn that volume down just a smidge. It's gonna take a long time. It is quite that high amount. Plus, I just raised it. Alright, it's fine. We're fine. So what are you thinking about it? I know Trick Shots Only definitely didn't know about this game or that happening. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would wake up more. She would oversleep more and more frequently. Oops. You can't actually see what I did, but I just opened my Windows thing. By the way, I figured out what I was doing was I accidentally hit the Windows key a bunch of times and it got it disabled, and I don't know how to undisable it. Weird. Yes, one of these days, King. But not too soon. I let this person catch up to me. Oh. Ah, a little broken. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. The story has changed now. Interesting. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on average while spending my free times on games and anime. So here's the anime club. Yeah, no, like, I think everyone except, like, just one person in here knew what was gonna happen. This game is quite popular. Or rather, its twist is quite popular. No girls in anime club? False. There's girls in anime club. In fact, that's how I met Schneller. And that's how Schneller met his girlfriend. And that's how I met her too. See, it happens. School day is as ordinary as ever. And it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. If I'm not mistaken, there was actually a thing that Schneller got for his girlfriend, which was like a rather like revealing, I think, figure or something, or version of a game, and it was like, it's from my girlfriend. And the person who you were buying it from didn't believe you at all. That's the funniest thing. Because it actually was for her. clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I had no choice but to start with the anime club. Music? Monica! Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Oh no, McMahon! Don't worry, you're part of our anime club now. AKA my Discord, apparently. I do have an anime channel. Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. We are the anime club. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Haha, about that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics about the major clubs. It's like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. Ooh. Ooh, that spooked me a bit. I didn't actually know it was gonna do that. So how you liking this game where it's a cheerful facade? Literature, huh? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I could see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature could be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. It is. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, music. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but... If you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Sure. Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? I just kind of want to spend all my time with her for some reason. Sure, I guess we could check it out. Haha, awesome. You're really sweet, music, you know that? I try. It's nothing, really. Hey, man, I've been doing this for 6 hours. It's so hard to change voices. I've just kind of quit. Ooh, what you gonna eat? Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly followed Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, but being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the door to the classroom. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me! Literally, the only person I could manage to do right now is fucking... what's her name? Natsuki, because I fucking put attitude on it. That's literally all I could do right now. Because I have so much more game to go through. Ooh. Hi. You know, every time it does that, I jump a little. It's so loud in my ear. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, music. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls! So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? Who's it? No. No. Mike. Or McMahon, could you start a poll asking whether I should go for Yuri or Natsuki? As my next interest. No, I'm not. The poll will be in Twitch, so it should pop up that I started one, whether you're on mobile or desktop. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Thank you! Anyway, this is Natsuki. As energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Yes, Mike can teach you all the ropes of being a mod. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to be having a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yes, it's nice to meet both of you. I just started a poll when I'm gaming. You just have to vote in it for which girl I go for next. So I ran into music in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Oh, wait, Monica. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to... well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that. I just happened to run into him. What do you mean? It's in the chat. Just, if you're on mobile, it should have popped up. Maybe refresh your tab? It literally pops up at the beginning of, like, where the chat thing is. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Oh my god, guys, are you serious? Well, Audrey's not... Yeah, that's funny. Alright, Audrey. I know you didn't get a chance to vote in the poll because you couldn't figure out the poll. What is your vote? You will be our tiebreaker. Why don't you just come sit down, music? Well, he's voted for Natsuki. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Hang on, let me actually... where are you? What? Oh, great. I lost my save from before! Huh? saw that. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? This game's feeling a lot more uncomfortable now that you know what's happened. And how it's covering it up, isn't it? Yes, no, that little thing was just the first of things getting slightly more and more off. Must be too hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Oh, Jesus. I smacked my mic. Sorry. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yeah, two, huh? Yuri returns to the table carrying the tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Oh my fucking god, that's so funny. Yeah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. It's insulted. Yuri looks away. Oh my god, Audrey, this is fucking funny as shit. I mean that, you know. I mean that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Every day is Troll Audrey Day. One Up Gaming. Oh, no, he definitely wants your friendship. I could agree. He definitely wants this McMahon. I don't read much. Alright, to save time, I'm actually not going to narrate the parts that we've seen before. Mainly because I'm tired of putting in the effort to try to do different voices, and it's killing me inside. Not you, Yuri. Let's see. Yes, I know you like deep psychological and horror books. It suits your personality. She hates horror. It's just, you know. Natsuki likes cute things. Drink of water. I don't have water. Yeah, right. Let's go make a poem. Yes, you don't have a vice president. We need a new member. Hold on, I didn't agree to join. And then everyone Everyone gets sad. Look at that, they sing. But I'm sorry, I thought. And then they're all upset with me, and then I'm like, oh, they need 4, right. It's been really hard trying to find new members. And if you don't want to find them before the festival, oh, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear decision? I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Everybody's happy. Oh my goodness, really? You really mean that, music? Yeah, it could be fun, right? Yeah, sure. Then they're all excited to become an official club because now that you have everyone. Alright, cool. We're done with today's assignments. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, can I really impress the class star, Monica, with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up within me. I guess I'll be on my way then. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart from the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between 3 girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be able to spend every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess I'll start writing a poem tonight. Poem time. Oh, I've unlocked a special poem. Sure, let's read this. Oh, a dream. I was wandering in an abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost looking for an exit. I just wanted to go home. I came upon a huge empty room, its ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side, or to a wall, anything. Suddenly the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of intermediate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out which way was up, I surfaced. The air was humid and the sounds of my splashing reverberated endlessly. My vision was completely swallowed by the dark. With one hand, I could feel the damp metal wall of the container. My lungs already getting tired. What the heck is this? Where did this come from? I would like to know where that came from. Oh, look at that. I only have 2 options, huh? Look at that. Funny that. Well, as the tiebreaker, we're going to go with Natsuki. Nope, that wasn't it. Cheer. Friends. Sparkle. Shiny. Giggle. Pink. Papa. Sing. Haha, boop. This is nice, right? Smile. Milk. Dream. Damn it. Amazing. Perfect. Ooh, some of these are. Laugh. Kawaii. Anime. Fluffy. Puppy. Oh, this is fine. Oh, God. Ooh, I got a smoke. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I almost choked on my food. Hi again, music. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Oh, God. Oh, thanks for keeping your promise, music. Shit happened. Oh, man. Oh! Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, we won't let you see the end of it. Monica, you're kind of in front of my text. Monica, I can't read. Monica? Oh, okay. Manga's literature! Simply defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, music? Well, make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Chat, the room is tilted. Did you notice that? The room is now tilted. This bitch so needy she's taking up my dialogue. Made the only thing tilted. You right. Audrey's definitely tilted. Anyway. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well. Hi, Imp. Welcome back. I like the new pink color. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you want. Well, wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that eerie. I want to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? It just felt like... Well, as vice president and all, then I should help you get started on something you might like. He reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you want. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. McMahon, I'm sorry she didn't win the poll. We gotta go for Natsuki next. Look forward to hearing what you think. Ooh, hey, the room is not tilted anymore. It fixed itself out. Doesn't seem to be the case. Everybody's all doing their own things. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from in the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her, in case she needs a hand. Looking for something in there? Oh, fucking Monica. Never puts my stuff back in the right spot. Alright, I'm still eating. It shows how she's tilted she was about that manga comment. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What is that supposed to mean? Mike, I could have done that for that. But I really didn't want to. By the way, your mic was cutting out so much today. When you got to your high-pitched screeches, oh my god, it was like you weren't even making a sound. Well, we knew you were screaming. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. Get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Yes, you could hear him perfectly fine when he made sounds. However, he was screeching. His mouth was open, but we would only hear it when it tapered, like when it started rising, and then when it started falling below a certain level. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. She's like, get out, bitch. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. Didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Muse. Consider this less. Oh. Don't judge a book! In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. Okay, cool. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She pats the ground next to her, signaling for me to sit there. Yeah, we're definitely sitting right now, alright? Yeah, the classroom is back to not being tilted, which is good. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. Can't read at the same time like that. Oh. Yeah, why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Yeah, we should definitely be close together. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I could say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? I feel that. You don't go back and forth and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? Yeah, my pop filter moved on me. I am, but nothing's really happening yet, so I can't talk at the same time. So I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's a bunch of friends in a high school. Typical slice of life attire. Until magic happens, right? They kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Ah, how cute! Hang on, we gotta Look at her! Oh my god. Chat, look at her. Isn't she precious? Looks like a baby bear. Yeah, let me boop her little nose. Where the fuck is my mouse where it's not actually? Fuck, chat, I've lost the mouse. I don't know where it is on the screen anymore. Oh. Yeah, for some oh, found it. There's her little nose. By the way, I'm circling the door handle when I'm doing this. It's so off. So cute. It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Huh? You don't? Oh my god, she's even cuter. Look at her! Little snaggle tooth. Little fang. She got a little fangy. That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. Oh. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? I think that's the issue. Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. I think I could ever get my friends to read this. I just think manga is for kids. I can't even break it up without them being all like, eh? You still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to go punch them in the face. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Jay, hi! Oh, hell yeah, we're getting into shit. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. Ooh, my dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. Oh, at least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe... But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Time passes. How are you doing, Jay? Natsuki's strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. She's asleep. It looks like she's starting to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki? Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Ooh. This is fine. This is normal. This is very normal, chat. Oh, she looks so totally normal. Yeah, she looks normal, right? She's looking good today, I know, right? Ah, Natsuki! You hungry? You're not you when you're hungry. Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monika reaches in her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give me. She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it in her mouth. Don't worry, Music. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we share poems now? Sure. To Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in sharing in her poem yesterday. It's probably only fair I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. It took away for 1 second. She turns it a no face. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share your thoughts. Like Monika said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it! Hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You just don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world that you're, like, all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that? I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she likes my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? No, fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. We read this one already. Okay. Yeah. Told you that you weren't gonna like it. No, I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. Some people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't have made your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. Easy to read, hits you hard. Yeah, no, this is the same as before. Alright, give me 1 second. I just have to readjust everything on this side of the camera. Well, on this side of the screen. There we go, all better. Who should we show it to next? Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. Yep, I know she doesn't like it. Forgot to start speaking. And then she tells me it reminds her of her other... of Natsuki's. Yes, it's my first time writing a poem. And then she raises her voice. I'm just skipping through the stuff we've seen before. Just to try to save up on time, because I have been doing this for 7 hours. Yep. Natsuki's a little biased. Yeah, no, we already topic that. Only 4 more hours to go. You joke, but it might be. 40. Oh god, no, it's not gonna be that. Yes, we read that poem before. She has terrible handwriting. Nope, it took me a while to read it before because it was script, but I know it now. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Everything is totally fine. Nothing to worry about. Nothing at all. Okay, not oh, it's not bad. And then I told her about she told me about her feelings about the poem, making her feel like a ghost. And then Monica, what will Monica say? Hi, music. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for a club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be too afraid to bring things up. Better off just going with the flow. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. It's almost like I'm scripted to in this game. Don't worry, music. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, music. Really? A lot cuter than I expected. Yeah, I am very cute, thank you. Oh, jeez. No! It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. I take it as a compliment. Well, at least it's easy to figure out what she likes. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. It sounds like malnourishment to me and abandonment, but you know. Like earlier. Yeah. That's a whole different problem. No, earlier she had a whole different problem. She's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. It is very true. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Sounds very confident for someone who's not very good. The same one? This is different. Oh, this is different. Oh, this is different. Hazel, hi! Yes, we are in the meat of this game. But he holding the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on that flash sheet of paper? I'm glad you like the spooky background. Are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing in tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Oh, it's so cute. Good night, Imp. So, what do you think? It's very free-form, yes. Yep, we've already had this talk. Yeah, she's had an epiphany or something like that. Right, Monica's writing tip of the day. Is it the same? Gonna go get a shower later. Alright, bye, Lisa. Thank you for hanging out with us. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Oh, no, this is the same. Yeah, that's the same. Oh, I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. There's a little more stressful than I anticipated. This is as if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing skills. Ooh, did you hear that? The notes are slightly off. There was... Did you not just hear that? Ooh, I heard that. Now it's normal. But before, there was 2 sour notes in there that were not with the rest of the notes. Ooh. Have a good night, One Up Gaming. Ooh. Oh, no. Every now and then it does a little wrong. But that one was just a little too high and a little too low. I know you hear it, like, mess up in Little Melody where they hit a couple extra notes. But that's different. Oh, I'm aware it gets worse. Well, that's the first time we actually hear a more obvious tone. Monica's writing something on a notebook. I didn't say it on them. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, staring at the protective foam. Oh god, they're gonna... Oh god, they're gonna... Oh no, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight again. Oh no. Yeah, she just had to try to fight hard to say something nice. Monica liked it and music liked it too. Oh, that time it hit it normal. Hi, Shelby. Hi. No, that's not Shelby. That's Shelly. Sorry. My screen's a little far away from me right now. This is definitely not a blind run. I know what's going on. But this is my first time streaming it. Ooh, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight. I didn't realize you were so... Oh no, the fight's starting. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that music appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Yes, we are trying to not spoil anything. I mean, they already know that shit's not normal because we saw what happened to Sayori already, but you know, they don't know about the other stuff. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. You? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as music started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really... Oh. Ooh. Ooh. You really like this young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking. You want to be edgy, bitch? Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to improve anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by just dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Music hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Music. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Whoa. I don't know. What the fuck? It just went so fast I missed all of it. Oh. Cool, great. Cool, great. I don't really have a choice, do I, for either of these? Oh, hi. Do I click on you? Oh, I click one more. Oh, there we go. Hi. Hey, Music. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I had been able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, she's crying. Oh, I hit my mic, sorry. She quickly runs away. Oh, dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it! I believe you. Oh shit, hi.
For so many reasons.
Hi, Juanito. Thank you for the follow. But interesting timing, but thank you. Music, please don't hate me. Please? I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Oh, she's just looking at me all sad. Oh, Juanito, thank you for the 30 bits. You're so sweet. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Music. I would just be embarrassed with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate... Ooh, okay. Alright then, huh? Marshmallow? Strawberry! Giggle! Sweet! Doki Doki! Bunny! Dazzle! Play. Shiny. Heart. Pink. Puppy. Lollipop. Skipping. Feather. Ooh. Sticky. Ooh, interesting. Imagination. Damn it. Getting a little harder to find fucking cutesy ones. Vanilla. Sugar. Boop. Just go straight from the end of this. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, music. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's chorus still hangs a little in the air. Yeah, we are all over the place in this game. Just snapped back into it. I'm like, oh, boop, sparkle, and it's just like it's so funny. Oh, I love this game. Natsuki is reading manga at the desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. Oh, about yesterday. I really need to apologize. Cool, but I'm not the one you should apologize to. Just saying. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we're just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided there was no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Music. Don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around and... so sorry, what am I saying right now? I just... Hey, have you guys seen Monika? Right, I forgot I had attitude for her. No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man! Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri's clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. I don't think I've had a consistent fucking voice for any of these people this entire time. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. Loki wanna voice one of them. I just wanted to apologize. Promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. Doing just fine. I know you like when I read to you, Michael. You said so yourself. That doesn't mean I'm doing objectively good. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Huh? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. Ooh, spooky, spooky. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But... Oh, spooky, spooky. I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Gotta do a bedtime story stream, basically. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid that you secretly hated me or something like that. Look at that bright smile. Nothing happened. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Oh, Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Oh, thanks. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys aren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not! What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell at least. Must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. Me and all three of my crazy personalities. Of course, we don't have the one that I did the best, right? I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good at it. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Well, thank you, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. For what? What you saving up for, McMayway? Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. 1v1s, obviously. Oh, you're right. I meant it when I said earlier, pretty much everyone in my chat is saving up to kick my ass. Or give me a heart attack. I look forward to- Oh, hang on! Puppy here! I return! Puppy had to go CP time. I look forward to it. Is that so? Oh yeah, King is very good at Overwatch, and that's an understatement. Good night, McMaywin! Thank you for hanging out as long as you have. In that case, I won't let you down, music. I've got you booty bounce them out of the closet. Protect the realm in my stead. Good night. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose not to bring up anything about the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki already run off into the closet. Muse? Since your compliments put me in the good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. I suppose so? I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come over here. We're going over there. Oh, okay. I thought the game broke. Ooh, I thought the game broke. Whew. Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about a religious camp that was turned into a human experimentation prison. And then the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. Yuri, what book is the Portrait of Markov? Where do I get this book? Just, you know, out of curiosity, you know. This sounds like the kind of book I would read. But anyway, I'm really into it. You're excited for tomorrow's? We're playing Don't Starve tomorrow. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. I think she's really into the thing about the limbs too, but you know, it's kind of dark, isn't it? I love it. You already made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. No, I knew it was coming. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, music? No, I am very much. No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. Welcome back, Michael! Michael, you should start getting coffee. Drink coffee with us instead of tea. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. But then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry, Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets... Hold on, can I see what that was? No! The answer is no, I don't get to see what that was. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. And not like your whole body gets really hot, you know? No, we don't sleep tonight. The stream will go on until we're done. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club after all. And I'm gonna really need you to lend me that book, Yuri. Or tell me where to buy it, because I like dark, crazy shit. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Ooh, that was loud in my ear. Oh, it made me jump. Fucking God, that's so loud when it happens. You don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I just sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone else. I see. Well, just let me Just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting. But the feeling is something comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry. I was just bathing in the Ooh. Did you just say I was bathing in the heat from your skin? Ooh. Ho ho. You truly apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Oh no, that was me. Yeah, this should work, right? Here, I set my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of us. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little more, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after flipping to her side. Let's get a good look at this. Nice view, nice view. Isn't she so cute? This is nice. This is wholesome. This is totally fine. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Hang on, let me save. Dink. There. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Oh! She's looking at me! Look! Now you can get a better screenshot. Look! Ant-Man, she's looking at you! Stitch, she's looking at you! Get a picture of her! Screenshot! Isn't that cute? Get a screenshot, get a screenshot, get a screenshot! Alright. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. Look, she's smiling now! Oh my god! So cute! It's probably the least I can do. Since you're being so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. Make it your screensaver. So cute. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it at my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently lets go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Her face. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. She looks like really unsettled right now. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yo, you should play Genshin Impact with King. It's good shit. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Music? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I'm just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing! Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while. So I figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. Making a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. Alright, Natsuki. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. And again, if this one was as good as your last one, I'd be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really different from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. I didn't mean it! Still, you should at least look at my poem. I do wish to look at your poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Wow. That's powerful right there. Whatever that is. Oh, this speaks to me. You know, it really does speak to me. It speaks to me so profoundly that I couldn't put it into words if I wanted to. Thank you for showing this to me, Natsuki. Music. Oh, creepy text. Why didn't you come read with me today? I think that's actually code for something. That probably is code for something, but you know what? I don't know what it is. I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. Ooh. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead. Okay? You don't have to hate me, music, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it, please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me! Who? And? Jesus Christ. Who should I show my poem to next, chat? Oh. Ant-Man, you've never seen this game? Oh boy, this is gonna be great. You. Hi again, music. How's the writing going? Right, I guess. So there's something up with Natsuki. Did you see that? Or like what? I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy you're applying yourself. You never saw him play out, what the fuck? Oh yeah. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, music. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to forgo something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. Well, sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming out a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and locking up for a long time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. We all just started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. But anyway, do you want to read my poem now? I like this way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me, the colors. They won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Oh, this got a little dark. This got a little weird. An endless canopy of meaningless noise. The noise it won't stop. Violent gradient waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent! Yes, I know Genshin Impact is multiplayer, but I have to level up to a certain point. Plus, I'm only playing spooky games this month, so no Genshin Impact. Even though I started it, like, right before. Okay. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. Endless. Meaningless. Delete her. Ooh. Ooh. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, Well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Oh yes, I've loved that company for many, many a years. So it's good to see them getting recognition that they need. And that they deserve. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when Who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. That's my advice for today. I don't think it matters. Every time we start a new game over, it deletes my save anyway, so, you know. Who should I show my poem to next? Yuri! I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I just like holding it. It smells like you. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's well, there are some things that you could work on. I've never played Danganronpa actually. But that doesn't really matter. I do know of it. Like, I know what it is in the story, but I don't really know it. I feel like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Rotating wheel, turning an axle. Good God, I have not read script in forever. Ooh, this is gonna be hard for me. Linear gearbox, falling skies, holy skates. Oh, I don't want to read this, and I can tell that this part here is all the same. Time devouring prayer correcting the sky of 40 gears and opening human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head. God, script is just that. I'm not reading that. I love it. Oh man, wow, speechless. Totally speechless. I can't even put into words what you've just given me. It's just that breathtaking. I'm stunned. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to read that. It doesn't really matter what's it about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. The pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just, Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. You would like a special poem. Yes. A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was that there were nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. There was also someone I didn't recognize. A person I didn't recognize told a joke and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on TV. So the laughing was not part of the dream. It was the noise that woke me up. I wonder who that person was and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment. Oh. Look at my mouse. My mouse is... It's someone's face. Whose face is that? I wonder whose face that is. Put that face on your face. Yeah. Totally normal. Totally normal. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? Hey, it's back. It's back. It's gone. Oh. This is about the festival. Well, sort of. You really have something to do with the festival? Not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Alright, no, we read this already. I have 4 members. Sure. Look, Monica, do you really think that any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until music joined. As for me, I like it better here than I do at home. And music isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine just like this. I know you're the president and all, but we should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and music want to get more members too. Right? Oh. I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up for me to rescue the situation... No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club? It's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Music, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, it's not really something I could be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about your word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels like to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking away anything. No, music. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. Oh, thank you. I'm doing my attitude voice. But this one? I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki? Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Ooh. This is fine. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just very happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Ooh! Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Oh. Alright, cool, great. Cool, great. That's great. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that is right for the club. But what about you, music? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along. and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member could... What the fuck was that? Oh! Oh, your eye is dripping blood. Interesting. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. This is fine. With each exchange in members, the identity of this club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to be able to help Monika with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri? Huh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monika. I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, music? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a bit with music before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all. It's important to me as a president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monika. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monika waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Things have been a little hectic, haven't they? Music, I just want to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like responsible for that as president. Ooh. And I really do care about you, you know. I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little... You know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk with you about. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why... Oh, wait, no, not yet. No! Ooh, I love this game. Valentine, lollipop, fluffy, hop, smile, giggle, rose, blanket, sugar, sweet, kiss, ribbon, candy, pink, flower, heart, cute. How many? God damn it, how many? Love. Fucking god damn it. Games. Milk. Sunny. Oh, there we go. Fucking god. Hi, music. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monika! I told you not to... Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Oh, I'm creating a poem, and by doing that, I'm fulfilling dialogue. I'm fulfilling like a stat. to see which one it affects the most. Yes, it determines who will like my poem the best. You see, Yuri likes dark shit, but Natsuki is all about fluffy stuff. Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? Say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. It was a little bit more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. So... Natsuki... Nobody cares! Why don't you just go look for some coins under the vending machine or something? Oh. Hi, Santa! This game is so fucked. I love it. Oh, man. The last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah, this is a good game, Santa. This is a very good game. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work harder for the festival, too. Anyway, music. What do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans for today. Ah, is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Music is already engaged in a novel we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes! Thank you for understanding, Monica. Her face. Oh, for a split second, her face. That was great. Just a little flash. Just a little flash of crazy. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Oh, you missed it. You blink and you'll miss a lot in this game. There's a lot of subtle stuff, like when shit started going sideways and getting crazy, the room was tilted for a while. That was great. Subtle stuff. Tea? Yes, please. Not at all. Thank you very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Harry stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a water filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. Yeah, no, well, that one wasn't subtle, but you know, other stuff was subtle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay... Is her eye? Did her eye droop a little? Her eye's uneven now. Wait a minute. You stay here. Do you see that? Very, very slightly. It won't take long. Ooh, what the fuck? Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling a water pitcher to make some tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decide to go look for her. Let's see. I like how the music has changed. It's like it was emanating from that room, and now it's not out here. Let's see, the most logical place for Yuri would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Ooh! Ha! Ooh! I'm back! Okay. Thanks for waiting patiently. Sure. Okay. Music, do you like oolong tea? No. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do anything less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Oh yeah, this game is something else. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. We aren't even fully through this game. We got maybe another 2 hours tops if I don't stop taking breaks. How's everyone feeling about this game? Yes? No? You liking it? I know Stitch over here has not seen this apparently. In action anyway. I hope everyone's been enjoying this. I think this was a good game to start Spooktober. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must really be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little more. Oh, I know you love this game, Mike. I know you love this game. Whoop. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, music. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Music, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's just a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I'll do my best to manage it. Is that so? Oh, I wonder why that is. It couldn't be that you have 2 giant weights on your chest pulling you forward or anything. Crazy. It's most likely because my... your posture, right? Yes. Posture. Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Sure. I'm no stranger to back pains, I understand. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. Take it, since it'll go well with the tea. You and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri sides closer until our shoulders are touching. Ugh, I'm forgetting how to read. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand is that it's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Ooh. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I used all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Sorry, I'm kind of rushing through it. I've been here for fucking hours, and we're not even close to the ending, really. Oh, Stitch. Look at that. You got a new screenshot for you. I'll give you a second. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have to any hard over time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Look at her. She's like, what? Chocolate? It's so cute. She's got a little blush. It's so cute. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Music. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Music. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Music. My heart won't stop pounding. Music. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Music? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Oh, her eyes. Oh, her eyes. It's time to share poems. Let's go. Well, we've been going for Natsuki's route this whole time. Let's go to Natsuki first. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I got them pretty much all for you! Siko can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri. I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in, so you better keep working hard. I mean, no, I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can't let me down, you know? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me, so read it carefully, okay? I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like that. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try to talk to her, she just gets mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you convince her to talk to her therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now, I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please, if you can do something to help, I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Do not let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really great poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Ooh. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, music? If you would just spend a little more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Who should I show my poem to? Yuri! Finally! Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. Music, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me, music. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to feel this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds out my poem to her chest. I'm going to take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really gonna want to keep it. Here, take it. I just can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. Oh. Interesting. Wow. There's a lot to unpack here. Blood and urine, lovely. I'm not quite sure that's urine. I'm just saying. Oh crap, is that pee? Quite possibly, quite possibly. Sniff it. Smells like pee. And blood. Hi! Hi! Wow, I never noticed your eyes were so... Yeah! You know? It's great. It's a great time. How you liking this chat? Do you like it? By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but I really love voicing the unhinged characters. It's so good. I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem is about... More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. See, aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? I think I'm gonna vomit. You want to see my poem? Music, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. I'm not trying to... This route was supposed to be me romancing Natsuki. I don't know how this happened. You don't understand. I'm trying to bang Natsuki next. all my poems have been aimed at her, and yet she doesn't like them. Somehow Yuri is going nuts, like nuttier than normal. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She brings a different one to school every day like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. I think it might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it all together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. Anyway, I guess you won't worry about your poem. Yuri should have at least had the courtesy of letting you finish sharing it before taking it. Well, whatever. If it makes her happy, I won't stop her. Stitch, Stitch. I get it. She's hot. You don't need to go there for her. Don't go too far for crazy. Don't go too far. It's fine. As for mine... I worked really hard on this poem, so I hope that it's effective. Here it goes. Ooh. Jeez, that really startled me. Well, I guess it kind of messed up at the writing of this poem. I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on. Yes? Can you hear me? Oh, that wasn't me. Oh, that giggle wasn't me. Okay, everyone, it's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Yeah, great. Everybody looks excited. Cool. That's great. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something to drink. Not with the water, but alcohol. Because I need it. Alright. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing for something about to happen. Yes. You're at least good at that. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want as long as you think it'll help. She's really being like, fucking just do whatever, bitch. I don't care about you. Wow. Alright. Monica. I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. You can't run a successful poetry atmosphere without having the right atmosphere. So I'm gonna have to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. And that gives us all something to do. Hmm? What about music? Music is going to help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too! What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. All you care about is now is dragging music all around with you and your stupid books. You and Monica. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let music decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I don't care. Stitch man, it's so late and I've been talking for so long. I'll pronounce words however I damn please at this point. English is my bitch now. I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let music make the choice, okay? Sorry, I had to take another shot. We're good. Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. Music, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We could just... Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth! Jesus Christ. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Alright. Oh! I didn't do that. Wait, what? Alright, look. Look, I'm not doing that. That's so funny. Ah! Oh, I picked Yuri! I picked Yuri! I broke it! It was always going back to Monica. Wow, look at all my choices, chat. Monica. Yay! You picked me! We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. It's Sunday, okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all the work and then taking music for yourself? What kind of shameful thing to do? Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. Being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable. Oh god. Her eyes have changed. Hoo hoo. Hoo hoo hoo. Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling music away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you ever considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. You're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki to the door. Hey, music? Yuri is really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. Finally. I'm not making that sound. The breathing? That's not me. Finally. Finally. This is your moment, Stitch. This is what you've wanted this whole time. This is really all I wanted. Music. There's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day, just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Wow, there really is something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could have imagined. I'm addicted to you. I feel like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Does it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? God, she's breathing so deeply. Yeah, that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care any more, music. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please, music, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touch myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I just want you all to myself. And I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, music. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? Woohoo! Want me to say yes? Okay. Ooh. Ah. Oh, wow. Why does Yuri still have a voice dialogue if she's dead? Now that's a little unsettling. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. Yeah, no, those are dead eyes, that's for sure. Put that on auto. Auto was a feature this whole time. Let's let that autoplay for a minute. Chat, how are we doing? Unfortunately, we have to stay here the whole weekend and stare at this image. So yeah, this happened. Here, if we skipping. So the day changes in the background and the lighting changes a little bit. Oh! Okay, I'm just gonna take another shot while we're here. Should we find her a band-aid? I don't know about that. Considering that it's been hours later, I think it's unnecessary at this point. What I am concerned with is the fact that she still has a dialogue, even though she has not moved, and that is more concerning that this is supposedly coming out of her mouth as she's sitting there. Personally, that's more horrifying than anything else. Ah, now we're in the night scene of this. Yep. Yep. We don't get to go anywhere. We have to look at this. Nope, we have not been able to move anywhere in game. Here. Oh, next day? Well, excuse me. You wanted me to accept her love confession, so don't blame me. Not much you could do when she stabs yourself 3 times and once is in the heart. Oh, we have to stay here all weekend, by the way. Multiple days. One day, technically already passed. It became night, and now it's night again. Yeah, no, we're stuck here for a while. She's doing really good for a corpse. I mean, her eyes are going white. Which is about accurate. Oh no. Yeah, it is definitely like, she was definitely breaking down just very slightly. Not much, but a little bit. Uh-oh. Natsuki. Alright, it's time for the festival. You got here before me? I thought I was for the Natsuki runs away. Shocking, I know. I'm here. Music, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend, Music? Oh, jeez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. Honey! Welcome back! Shit has happened. A lot of shit has happened, honey. So much shit happened. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Oh. Oh. Ooh. I'm almost done. But she just deleted everybody else. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monica lifts the foil from the tray and takes a cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one since it's the last time I'll ever get a chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should really only take a second. Ooh. Ooh. Can you hear me? Is it working? Oh. Another screenshot for you. Alright, let me just take another shot. Alright, let's go. There you are. Hi again, music. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and, you know, I guess we could just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, music. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You know, I'm aware of that this is a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway. Now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about this whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess I just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Although the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, music? After all, the other girls are just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sideline. It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, music. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, music. But you're here now. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me. Forever. I'm sorry if that's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray, more and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. Sorry. You probably saved my life, music. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things. But I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. that it's all just some game. And I knew you would get over it. So that being said, music, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Music, will you go out with me? Oh, love that. No options. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, music. The funny part is, I meant that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We could be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, music. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you won't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. Kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. To get the game directory, I had to go into the game's properties and find... Oh, interesting. Interesting. And where would I find that now? Interesting. Interesting. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Oniku? Onia? Nka? Monica? Uya? Oink? Nia? Io? Moo? Okay. Nka? Moni? Onika? Mia? Moik? Monk? Okay. Nika. You got it. Hi again, music. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw, music. Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. Oh yeah, no, it's just broke up like syllables of Monica. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, it lost funds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into my poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization. Or, about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everybody else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, music? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you? Oh no. Hi everyone! Sorry, I can't exactly read your comments from here. I didn't know about that fourth wall break. But do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording without me and without giving me any warning? I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple things. Are you ready? Ooh. I don't know what this is, by the way. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just kidding. God damn it. I can't do anything after all. Ah! Spooky, spooky! Ah, you're so cute. Anyway, music. Fuck, you got me. I didn't mean to get distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we could just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Can I get the menu? There's no point in saving anymore. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Cool. Well, we're here now. You know what's kind of creepy? Even though I deleted everyone else's files, I can still kind of feel them. It's like all their lines are still lingering in the air, whispering in the back of my head. I'm imagine if after someone you know died, they just started hearing their voices in your head. Maybe I just wasn't thorough enough. But I'm too afraid to delete anything else because I might really break things. Like if I mess with any of the files read to me, I might accidentally delete myself. And that would ruin everything, wouldn't it? I don't know what it's like on your end, but we should both make sure to avoid something like that at all costs. I believe in you, music. I'm trying to get her to do the thing that I saw her do, where like they read your name out loud. Like they'd be like, I know you named yourself Music, but shouldn't I call you Alyssa? Or like my actual name? Which actually is Alyssa. But she's not doing it for some reason. So, you know. Alright, you cannot see what I'm doing right now. Or can you? Ooh. Hey, what's your favorite color? Mine is emerald green. It's the color of my eyes. That's not conceited or anything, is it? I just meant that I feel some kind of special connection to it. Like it's part of my identity. Does it happen to also be your favorite color in music? It's just a guess. Because you've been looking into my eyes for a while now. It's not. I'm trying to pull up the game files to delete your ass. I don't get why you don't... Hang on. Can you see this? Can you see this now? You don't see this. For some ungodly reason, you're not actually seeing this, even though it's a display capture. Yeah, no, for some reason you cannot see it. Oh, fuck, what are you saying now? Did you say kiss? Sudden a little bit. You know, I mean, we could do that first. But if it's with you, I think I'll be okay with it. Oh, wow, sorry. I really couldn't keep a straight face there. It's the kind of thing girls say in these kind of romance games, right? Don't lie if it turned you on a little bit. I'm just kidding. Well, to be honest, I do start getting all romantic when the mood is right. But that'll be our secret. Okay, cool. I don't get why you can't see this. It's a display capture. It should capture the display. Well, whatever. I'm gonna delete Monica now. Okay. Pink. Oh no. Oh, what's happening? Music, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, music. Oh. Please hurry and help me. Yeah, I was actually supposed to delete her, but I was trying. It's a display capture, so you're just seeing what's on my other monitor. So you should have seen my screen where I pulled up her file. I literally pulled it onto that monitor, or you could see it. It doesn't matter. You were supposed to see it. It just didn't work. It didn't matter. Oh. Monica does not exist. Help me! Oh. Monica Care does not exist. Did you do this to me, music? Did you? Did you delete me? How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, music. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Music. You completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. And I don't remember what to do now. Oh, maybe it'll do it itself. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends. I did so many awful things. So many selfish, disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... I've made up my mind. Music? I know I said I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends, and I loved them all. And I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then oh, it's everyone. They're back. Cool. It's an ordinary school day like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friendly groups walking to school together. I always tell myself it's about time I meet girls or something like that. Hey, music! It's Sayori! Oh, Sayori, I missed you. Well, there's already one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day, and recently we've picked up that habit once again. Music, are you proud of me? For what? You know, for waking up on time? Well, you've been doing that for a while now. Uh-huh. But you never said anything about it. Even though we walk to school together every day. Well, yeah. I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine, fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Music, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really... I start to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs. But something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time, when she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah. I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me! I think I'll keep it a surprise. Boo! Meanie! Be patient, you'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl, but I started to realize that in a way I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish many great things. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. A school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know. After I pack my things, I stand up, gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. I'm excited, Stitch, because it's almost over. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Also, Sayori's back, so I'm very happy about that. Hello? Music! What are you doing here? Oh, well, I glance around the room. Huh? So you're the music Sayori's always talking about. So thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Music. We're the literature club. hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. How did Sayori die? She hung herself. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. What, working? Music, don't tell me. You're... That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori. The literature club. Sayori's eyes light up. No way! No way! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! Well, if Sayori's happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention there's 4 of us now. That means we could become an officially recognized club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah. After all, Natsuki decided to... Hey, don't ruin the surprise! Sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches up to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate are used to make the ears. So cute! Wow, those look amazing! Yeah, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. And as Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before settling down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Haha, I guess. Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me. I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself. So, music, what kind of things do you like to read? Well... Oh yeah, we're almost at the end, Wes. We are like right at the end. You missed the whole can of crazy we went through already. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Stitch, it was literally 6 hours of just regular romance. And then shit got crazy. Oh, shit got real crazy. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much, okay? I'm certain we can find something that we have in common. Let me fix my headset. Hey, Yuri? Huh? Well, about, the first thing he said. Manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read a lot of manga in the club room. Don't just say it! For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know. So if Music wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki? I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. You could take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Music? Maybe. Sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun. And we'll all get to know each other a little better, too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? Oh shit. Thank you for following, Doki Doki Ghost. How are you doing today? I love this game, too. I don't disagree or anything. Yeah, you're right as usual, President. Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? Well, that would make two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. Then, as for Yuri... I have to read manga? Jeez. You were the one who suggested we diversify. Stitch is a little paranoid right now. Chill, Ant-Man. Don't worry. It's fine. I mean, the game did know I was streaming, which I didn't know it would do that. That 100% spooked me. You should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I did delete Monica. We are already way into this game. We were basically at the end. I didn't realize. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself, I'm sorry for disrespecting your interests, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No. I've realized my error. So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, makes me happy that you do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay? Same here. Yeah, there's gonna be a sequel as well. He's just a little paranoid that somehow your Monica is AI. Come to life. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? Oh, hi, Daniel Ghost. If you don't mind. Not at all.
My heart's racing for so
Oh, thank you for the follow, Daniel. Oh, that's right on Yuri's face. I always go alone, so... Yeah, me too. This is so cute! Sayori, shut up! I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yes. I look forward to it. Atsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along. Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Music. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around, Sayori. Aw, Music! Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're gonna make this the best club ever. Now that you joined, everything is gonna be so much fun. Hey, Music. I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything. But the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now. But I really know everything, Music. I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. Oh. You made me the happiest girl in the whole world. I can't wait to spend every day like this. With you. Forever and ever. Forever. No. Oh. What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Who? It hurts. Ah! I'm sorry. I was wrong. There is no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Music. Goodbye, Literature Club. Whoop.
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah.
Oh, good to hear Monica's song. Let's just chill back and listen.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you.
Oh, alright.
In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day? Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today?
Oh,
When you're
it's deleting itself. The credits are deleting themselves. That's nice.
more than anywhere.
Oh, but the crazy already happened, West. This is the chill.
When I
Oh, we didn't get that scene. It's not highlighted because we didn't do that route. We went Sayori and Yuri's route.
says it all. to have it all.
All right, chat. What'd you think? How do you feel about this game? Oh my, that's an image. We did not get that one. Maybe we should have done Sayori. Maybe we should have done Natsuki's Rat as well.
Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? Is it love if I take you, or is it love if I set you free?
Oh, look, they're little characters. Aren't they so cute?
The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality? If I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat, what do you call love in your reality? And in your reality, if I don't know how
Special
to
thanks to
love
Monica
you,
and music. Hey.
I'll leave you be.
Made with Love by Team Salvato. This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand the Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality, a reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all the club members, and most of all, thank you for being a part of my Literature Club. With everlasting love, Monica. Error script file is missing or corrupt. Please reinstall the game. And it's gone.